What is going on, guys? Welcome to another For Honor video. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about what For Honor has done right. So starting off with the visuals of the game, the graphics are absolutely amazing. If you are strongly motivated by the game's visuals when deciding whether to purchase it or not, then you'll definitely be satisfied with this game. You feel so epic running around knowing your character looks so awesome and you stand out so much on the battlefield. I'm really impressed with what they did with the visuals of this game. The player avatars are all very well detailed and the sound effects have been utilized very effectively, helping you immerse even further into the bloody battle you are taking part in. The playstyle in For Honor is definitely something Ubisoft deserves praise for. Now, For Honor introduces the combat system known as the Art of Battle. It allows you to position your weapon to either attack from the top, left or right hand side. So we finally have a skill-based game that caters strongly to a mature player base or the younger players who like to invest time in learning the mechanics of the game and not just spamming X over and over. This provides a sense of accomplishment whenever you beat an enemy, knowing that the main reason you bested them was because of your skill with that particular character or that weapon set. I think a lot of players are going to enjoy how luck isn't such a big influence in this game, and it comes down to the counters and attacks that you decide to execute at the perfect times. You have to understand your character and the movesets associated with them. There is a lot of learning in this game, but once you master those combos, you are a much more effective player on the battlefield. Now I know some of you will be thinking it's a bit unfair when you encounter like 3v1s or 2v1s, which is correct. You know, it is hard trying to beat 3 enemies on one, but that was addressed in my What For Honor Did Wrong video because I think some minor improvements could be made to that particular area. The combat in this game is definitely very smooth. I'm sure most of us who have played the game already love the fact that we can execute our enemies if we attack them with a heavy attack when they've got low health, and that feels so satisfying. I wish they added a bit more executions in the game, but I'm sure they'll come out with, you know, the new free DLC and stuff like that. But it's absolutely awesome. Your character feels so epic. I mean, the combat is kind of hard to master, but it's easy to pick up, if that makes sense. So it definitely caters to those skilled players who spend time learning the combos and actually adapting to the particular playstyle of their character, which I think a lot of people will enjoy doing. Although the customization is a little confusing at first, I'm impressed by the variety of gear and customizable parts of each character there is in the game. As you progress, you gain access to more customization options, and each gear item will come with positive and negative stats that will affect your stamina, damage and defense. This allows you to adapt the hero to suit your playstyle and makes your character feel somewhat unique when running around on the battlefield. I'd also like to point out that the AI in this game are actually surprisingly good. So even though if someone leaves your game and they get replaced with an AI, sometimes you don't actually notice much difference between the player and the AI, because the AIs adapt so well to the game. They've been programmed obviously really well to kind of fit in with other multiplayer players, which I think was really good and really well done in this game. Now I know AI can easily be outplayed by the more skilled players of the game, but they provide somewhat of a distraction and they pick away and frustrate enemies even though they might not be as good as them. Talking a bit more about AI, For Honor has also included the option to not only play against players online but also to play against AI. Some players aren't very comfortable playing against other players online, so this is an awesome feature that they could exploit to still get enjoyment out of the game. I'm sure you're all going to love to hear this next point, which is free DLC. Thank you, Ubisoft. Who would have thought that the one company who specialises in attempting to drain us of all our money than the original amount we pay for the game would give us free DLC? This is a big step for those money-grabbing snakes, and I must say I'm very impressed and can't wait to see what maps and gear will be released with this DLC. But don't think I haven't noticed those sneaky microtransactions appearing all throughout the game already. Those have definitely been addressed in the What For Honor Did Wrong video, because it's probably a way they're trying to make up for the DLC that they're giving free. The faction war that For Honor has included in the game is a very effective way to engage all players by making us feel a part of this larger scale battle between the 3 factions. The war goes on for a certain amount of time, and if you participate, you receive loot as a reward for contributing once the season has ended. I really enjoyed this whole concept, and it could keep players motivated to play the game longer than intended, because they might be desperate to make their group win the faction war. The next point I would like to mention is the fact that For Honor looks like it's going to be doing regular updates. Now, it's only been out for just over a week, and already we have been notified of new patch notes relating to a coming update. This means that Ubisoft is actually listening to the community and are attempting to balance the characters as well as they can. You don't normally see this in most video games, as patches sometimes take weeks or months to be released, and they only include the minor tweaks that players have been requesting for such a long time. I feel that this will keep players very happy knowing that Ubisoft is prepared to make changes according to what the community sees as unbalanced. Now, I know a lot of us had our doubts about whether For Honor was going to have a campaign when we first heard about this game, and to our relief it actually does. It's basically one big tutorial itself, so if you're struggling to adapt to the new combat system, the campaign is perfect for you. Although the campaign most certainly won't win an award for its story, it's still refreshing to see that they at least attempted to cater to the players who don't like rushing straight into the online games. If you want to know what's bad about the campaign, which is actually quite a few things, I would recommend checking out my other video on what For Honor did wrong. That would help clear it up a little bit for you guys. That's going to be all that's included in the What For Honor Did Right video. If you guys have any other suggestions on what they did right, leave them in the comments below, and people can interact with each other about, whether particular points of this game were good or not. And I'm going to be releasing a final verdict video at some point to give you guys a bit of an indication of where I stand in terms of how good this game is and whether or not it would be suitable to you guys. I also have a top 3 hero play series. If you guys want to submit clips to that of your epic moments in For Honor, that would be awesome. We've already got some good clips. I think episode 2 will either be out before this video or sometime after this video, but the first episode was epic, even with clips from the beta. So yeah, that will be all from me, guys. I'm Code Red, and I'll see you in the next video.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all